So in terms of the big mega trends that are affecting basically everyone, all business, all consumers, all companies, but also that it's impacting HR and talent acquisition and talent management. So in a nutshell, those trends are millennials. Millennials now are the biggest single demographic in the workforce globally in any country. And they make up now between 60-70% of the entire workforce globally. Millennials are used to growing up with digital media, having Google and all that information at their fingertips on tap. They've grown up with mobile computing, they've grown up with social media, and they expect companies to accommodate them in being in these places and providing information and services through those channels. And companies are struggling to catch up, and HR, especially recruitment, is really struggling to catch up. So millennials expect this, and if you don't have it, frankly, you're out of touch and irrelevant to them, and potentially not even in front of them at all. You then have things like Facebook and Yammer. So you have Facebook, which has changed the game around social media, and everyone is on Facebook. And increasingly, Facebook is a great way to target people for your employer brand and for job adverts. You need to, on Facebook, be doing so in a really engaging way. So you need to kind of create the equivalent of kitten pictures for recruitment, so that it's engaging and fun and very visual, and not copy-based and long job specs like you tend to get on ATSs. If you do that right, Facebook means that you can start to do e-referrals and e-recruitment really well, and it's a really powerful tool. The other game changer has been Google. Before Google, we relied on recruitment agencies as candidates and employers who had efficiencies of scale and they had all the information. Now, that's changed everything. So with Google, candidates can see what jobs are out there, where they are, how much they're paying. They can compare them to average market salaries. So candidates are really empowered. Also, companies can reach candidates through Google. So there's this massive information available that really has changed who holds the power in terms of the labor market and information around that. And recruitment agencies, frankly, haven't really recovered in terms of what their real value proposition is. The other mega trend that has changed is also of LinkedIn. So before LinkedIn, basically everyone pretended that they were never looking for a job and your CV was never in the market. Now with LinkedIn, everyone's CV is always in the market all of the time. That's a good thing if you're looking for talent, because you can find and identify it, but also it's good for employees, because it means that companies should work harder to try and keep their top talent. It also is fantastic for trying to find and get in front of passive candidates, which is the holy grail of candidates. Before, we were mostly interacting through active candidates, and they're a small part of the market and not always the best quality. And then the other mega trend is mobile computing. When Apple introduced the iPhone 10, 11 years ago, it changed everything. Obviously before that, smartphones weren't very smart with Blackberries, and it really has changed everything. So people have the internet in their pocket all of the time. How that's changed things is that, for example, in the US, 70% of people who look for a job do so on their mobile phone in their lunch break while standing in a queue for their sandwich. So if you're not engaging with them through that medium in a way that, in terms of the media format, makes them want to look at it and read it, you're not going to be in the game for the top talent. So the world has changed. And then the last factor is that in some countries, there's a belief that perhaps you can get away with bad content because, you know, that's what people are used to locally. It's rubbish. The internet means that everyone has fantastic, top quality content at their fingertips when they want it. And they expect good content because that's what they're used to. So in Africa, they can see American content, and it's great content. If you give them really bad quality video or really bad quality content that's very copy heavy, very dull, very boring, they're just going to go look somewhere else. They're not going to waste their time. And then the other thing with mobile computing is that the user experience has become fantastic. So if your job adverts and application process is long, time consuming and tedious, they're just going to stop and go somewhere else. So you need to create a great candidate user experience, and that's through the content and through the functionality.